Good morning and welcome to Thought for the Day this Monday morning. Apologies that there wasn't one last week, but there were some calls I was waiting on and things that kind of meant I couldn't be online at that time. But anyway, here we are. And I've stopped off, or I've come into All Saints during unlocking the church, just to share this thought. I've been wandering back from dropping my car off for its MOT. And sort of walking back, been reflecting a little bit on what areas of my life of faith are like sort of how I treat my car. As an engineer, I should probably be diligently in under the bonnet, checking the oil all the time, all those good things. But frankly, I'm probably like most other people with modern cars. And I tend to just leave it from one to the other and think the sort of systems in the car will sort themselves out. So it goes in for its MOT, and I'll be quite surprised if I get a call later on saying it needs anything doing. And if it does, I'll go, oh well. And perhaps even I'll go, oh well, I thought there might be something that needed tinkering. Not that that's the case this time. How much is my faith life at times like ownership of a car in that way? Week on week, say on Sundays, coming and bringing it in for a quick tune-up ready for the week ahead, but then kind of ignoring it perhaps until the next occasion of gathering with Christian brothers and sisters in church. Where are the areas in my life where I kind of just almost neglect them on a spiritual front? The areas which could really do with a check of the oil, a bit of a freshen up, a top up, a little bit more often than perhaps I do. And I think it's an easy thing for anyone to slip into, this sense of just letting it run on from moment to moment. St. Paul didn't really talk about the Christian life in that way. He spoke about it being like a marathon. And I think, from what I've heard of marathon runners, I can't speak from my own experience. I've never run that far. I've walked almost that far. And so I suppose I can share from the walking experience, but I know that in the organic human sense of journeying like that, I was very conscious every step of the way of how I was feeling, what was creaking, what was groaning, what ligaments, what tendons, what muscles were feeling sore, and perhaps adapting and being generous to those things. Perhaps that's more the way of deeper fruitfulness for my life in the Spirit. To keep that awareness, that focus, that eye open all the time. Not in a guilt-ridden way, but just in a conscious way of, okay, what is peaceful? What feels a more chaotic, splashy in my life in the Spirit, in my life of faith as a Christian? So what can we do this week? Can we just have an extra edge of consciousness, perhaps just to stop and figuratively check the oil on our spiritual run, walk, journey, whatever it looks like? Just to take a moment aside every once in a while to consciously think about these things, rather than leaving it all till some point later when we get a bit of a checkup in company with others. My prayer is that each of us will just find ourselves journeying deeper. Also this week, I have a particular prayer for a lady called Amanda. Amanda will ordain deacon in Portsmouth Cathedral on Saturday alongside a number of other people. This is a big change. And Amanda, why specifically Amanda? Because she's coming here to train as our curate. So if it is your thing, would you keep Amanda in your thoughts and prayers? Would you keep all who are about to go through ordination in your thoughts and prayers this week, in our cathedral and in other places around the country? But as you go through the week, to just have an extra layer of consciousness of, how's my spirit doing this week? How is my journey with God going this week? What aches? What twinges? Where do I need to just rest a while in the presence of God to be restored to journey on again? God bless, and have a really good week filled with the presence